price went up. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yeah. I just wanted to play that. Let y'all hear what Joe said. What Joe said. Now, I'm just saying this to say, you know what I'm saying? I'm just tell y'all a little history. Yeah, man. iLLGriLL had a real promising future. It's just a lot of real life came into play, and things went the way they went, and that's how things were meant to be. But I'm just gonna give y'all a little history of it, and you know why, and how, and why we still will be great. But it's like this: like we came from a great area, geographically. Like our neighborhood, you know, was just filled with like promising people around. Like just in a nutshell, you know, we started out in our neighborhood, and you know, my producers and stuff, like our sound and everything came from us. Like Derek and me kind of created a sound just off our own chemistry. And from there, you know, we ventured out. We had, you know, our friends, like in our inner circle, like my boy Fonz, my DJ Fonz, his sound that he created probably matched the sound that we was already doing the most out of like probably anybody I know that produces or make beats. And it's a lot of other producers that's close and similar that we could rock with. But Fonz over the years was the one producer that kind of like his sound matched that signature sound that most of the guys from where we from create. You know, so along with that being said, he had a little brother that he was grooming at the time who was DJing coming up under him, who was Bug. And Bug was Kanye's friend. Kanye was Bug's friend. You know, I didn't know Kanye like that because we were older. You know, I would hear his name all the time because I was Bug's friend. You know, but Derek and me, you know, we lived in like up 95th. They lived like down 95th. And, you know, right across this way was DugInf. So you had DugInf right over here. So we would go to the studio, Derek and me, to DugInf. You know, and his partner was NoId. NoId was from further east, but NoId and DugInf was partners. You know what I'm saying? Dion. So we would go to the studio and just learn, just be in there learning shit. You know, he teaching us, you know, how to actually make music, produce what y'all want to use, what record you want to pick a record, where you want to sample it at, find the spot, all that. Like he used to do that. Then he talked to me like I was a grown ass man. Like, you know, don't worry about trying to get a deal, put your music out. Y'all need to put your music out, put your records out. You need to put your records out, all that shit. So I ain't learned that shit till later, but we were learning over there. Like I would go over there to learn, you know what I'm saying? My grandmother dropped me off. I ride my bike over there, all kind of shit. I was going over there to learn. And shit, you had MCs in the area also, not just us. Like, you know, them days, man, like, you know, you had like Johnny X, you know, Stedy Serv, King James, like them dudes is like legends in my eyes. Like in my eyes, like them dudes was in our circle. Like Derek and me, like Stedy Serv, Derek moved out south, and I think Stedy Serv was living out there, and he from the city, but Derek was bringing. We knew about Serv from back in the day. Stedy Serv doing shit back in the day, like, you know, had records and shit out. So it's like we knew Serv, like he was like a legend. You know what I'm saying? Next to somebody like Common and shit like that. So, you know, like, you know, for unsung heroes who ain't got their flowers and shit, like them dudes, them three guys. If I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody out, well, actually I am, because Dead Poor Society was right over here. You had Lucian and Gene. Now that's crazy, because these guys, Lucian and Gene was doing, they both rap. Gene made beats, but Lucian is that group was one of the first groups I heard of, like in my area. Like, I mean, back when I was like a mute damn near, like, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't even really, I heard of them, you know what I'm saying? And Lucian and them, they was like super hip hop in the area, you know what I'm saying? And I swear, like, you know, dude had stopped rapping when I was getting started. Like, you know, when I wasn't saying shit, I remember I seen him one day on my block. He had dreads, went 40 below Timbs and shit. That's another thing, like, where the fuck you get this shit? You know what I'm saying? So that alone was crazy. So I'm telling him that I spit now. And I remember, you know, I was saying some shit like I persuade on stage and engage in new escapades, mouthpiece control, days of old, your styles played, some shit like that. And he, oh shit, I'm not spitting no more. I'm about to stop this shit. Like, I'm like, what? And he's like, I'm about to leave this shit alone, niggas. He ain't serious. I'm about to quit this shit. And he definitely did that shit. Like, I never seen nobody do no. He's some MF Doom type shit. He like fucking vanished. Like, fuck it, and didn't come back. Left his group. I think they had a fight. I don't know, but he was the first and the only person I ever seen say I'm about to stop rapping, and did that shit. That was nice. Like, this nigga, like, was a nigga I looked up to. I looked up to their group. I looked up to them dudes. You know what I'm saying? DPS. I looked up to King James. I looked up to Stedy Serv. I looked up to Johnny X. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes was already nice. They already had music out. They had shit out already when we didn't have out shit. They had shit out. So, yo, iLLGriLL was already destined for greatness. Like, our situations went school, kids, man, geographic changes, like a lot of shit. Me and him, a lot of shit. But I kept the flag up. I kept waving that flag. I kept the flag up. I repped all these years. Still here. I got the motherfucking t-shirt, nigga. I got the motherfucking t-shirt. Like the Wu say, the saga continues. That's another story when we was with Freedom Allah and Method Man and Red Man in 1995. That's another story. 100.